Hello, good evening. 11 Coca-Cola ties in all tonight, and 6 of them hold great local interest. No real shocks in last night's 5 ties. Although Reading were 2 down to 3rd Division Bury before the bad weather intervened. Ian St John is with us again. At least the weather's good for us tonight.
The weather is lovely, Bob. Delighted with that, because I mean, not only is it good for the players. I mean, last night was horrendous. You have to think of the fans, you know, who'll be travelling up and down the country to support their teams. You know, when the weather was shocking last night, at least tonight, you know, the travel on the motorways and things are fine.
Looking back to last night, Watford a little unlucky against Blackburn, weren't they?
Well, I thought so. I thought they played some good football, and had they scored when they had a bit of pressure, you know, early on in the game, I think things might have been different.
But Arsenal have made a few people sit up and think.
Yes, they have, and as we were saying last night on our late programme, how well Bergkamp had played. So, yeah, but there's a lot of teams tonight, 6 other London teams vying to be in the draw tomorrow morning with the Arsenal, so some tasty ties tonight.
All right, well, here we go. Let's begin in the Midlands at Highfield Road, where Coventry City met Spurs in one of 3 all-Premiership ties, and one which revived memories of a great FA Cup final between the two clubs some 8 years ago now. Peter Brackley is your commentator.
Even at 38, Gordon Strachan remains one of the Premier League's most inspirational figures. And despite his own reservations about continuing to play at top level, he's once again been persuaded to put on those magical boots. Coventry's only wins in the last 10 outings were against Hull in the previous round, and they're again tonight without the strength and attack of Dion Dublin, though he has recovered sufficiently from a knee problem to join the substitutes. The 2 Africans, Peter Unlove and Neil Laptey, will offer pace as their main threat up front. The only change from Saturday is the return in defence of Marcus Hall. Chris Armstrong's first league goal for Tottenham was a long time coming, but his excellent strike against Everton on Sunday was well worth waiting for, and he resumes tonight his flourishing partnership with Teddy Sheringham. Rule Fox, Tottenham's expensive new signing from Newcastle, is cup-tied, so there's a place in the starting lineup for Ronnie Rosenthal. Darren Anderton is still out injured, but Jerry Francis is giving an extended run in the side to young Irishman Jerry McMahon. Tonight's referee is Steve Dunn from Bristol. It's a mild, if rather blustery evening at Highfield Road as Tottenham then kick off, with Coventry so anxious for an upturn in fortune. They've won only once in the Premier this season. In contrast, Spurs have lost only once in 9 games, and they're straight on to the attack here. Chris Armstrong, well, the hero with his goal on Sunday. But this time, well, it was way off target with that golden chance in the opening seconds. Coventry caught napping defensively, and Armstrong has failed to capitalise on it. Good love. Up to Strachan again. He had such an influence on the game on Saturday. It's a great cross in too. Maybe a chance here. The shot charged down as Laptey came in. Off goes Armstrong. He's got the better of Williams. With that neat little change of pace. Sheringham's up with him. Still Armstrong. And this time he has scored. Less than 2 minutes gone. John Phelan left stranded then with the speed of Tottenham's counter-thrust. Armstrong squandering that first opportunity, but not this time. Sheringham was lurking in the middle, but Armstrong didn't need him. Phelan unable to close him down, and it's gone almost underneath his body. And Tottenham had the lead. This is Calderwood, the Scottish international. Now Salako. He's forced the corner. Taken quickly by Salako. To the ever-eager Gordon Strachan. Oh! Laptey at full stretch. Great service sent from Strachan. Laptey couldn't turn it in. Here he is again now. Williams couldn't keep it in. It's a throw to Tottenham, but certainly a let-off then. Laptey left isolated in the middle, but he couldn't quite reach the cross from Gordon Strachan, which was so perfectly flighted. This is Clive Wilson. Driven in low to Sheringham. A clever chip too. And John Phelan had to keep a watchful eye on that one. He's such a cunning player and an intelligent one too, Teddy Sheringham. 11 goals for Tottenham this season. Richardson to Burrows. Easily cut out though by Wilson. Now Gary Mabbutt. One of Jerry Francis's first tasks when he came to White Hart Lane was to sort Spurs out defensively. And the first thing he did was to reinstate Gary Mabbutt at the heart of the back line. And it's been such an effective move. Well, as ever, Ron Atkinson was optimistic beforehand, but it's all going wrong at the moment, thanks to this early flourish from Tottenham. And the goal for the man on the ball now, Chris Armstrong. Dangerous ball into Sheringham, and there's a second one. The combination that has been so promising for Tottenham this season has proved decisive again. And to the delight of Jerry Francis's team, have got to it. There really seemed to be no danger here until the cross was whipped over by Armstrong. In went Sheringham. Phelan wrong-footed. And Spurs have a second goal with 20 minutes gone. Boost couldn't contain the threat of Teddy Sheringham, and that's his 12th goal of the season. And all the singing now around Highfield Road is coming from the travelling Tottenham fans. Some 4,000 of them here tonight. Great start for Tottenham. And Coventry are in serious trouble. Here's McMahon. Williams. Very hasty clearance, and Sheringham spotting Phelan off his line. And that's what confidence does for you when you have a 2-goal advantage and you're in the kind of form that Sheringham has been in this season. An embarrassing night so far for Coventry defensively. And they haven't inflicted too much damage at the other end. Burrows to David Boost. It's a fine pass to Picat Salako. Umlav and Lapti in the middle. Telfer as well. And there goes Telfer! Well, he's come close to a goal on that kind of situation before this season. When he arrives on those crosses, he's not quite got to it this one with a firm contact, but at least it was a chance. Howes, it's broken kindly for him. Not too many options, but here's one with Teddy Sheringham, who so often drifts out wide. Not quite chipping it far enough though. Salako. And again, careless distribution by Coventry. They might get punished here. This is Howes. Ahead of him, Sheringham. Howes again. Well saved by John Phelan. David Howes, who's got a couple of goals for Tottenham this season. Certainly his career has been much revived under Jerry Francis at White Hart Lane. Good build-up by Tottenham. Howes unable, though, to beat John Phelan. Well read, though, by Wilson. Well, now he's given it away. Off goes Umlav. It was a chance to show his pace until he was illegally brushed aside by Campbell. Very much the heavier man. Strachan. Teasing Wilson, still Strachan. Across came Campbell to Tottenham's relief. Oh, and Strachan pulled up sharply there. And that looks like a groin injury. Clearly in some distress then, Strachan. As he neatly deceived Clive Wilson. He pulled up in agony. Strachan very gingerly hobbling outside the area at the moment. Here's Telfer. Go Williams and Boost. Now Richardson. Here's Boost. Austin is down for Tottenham. Richardson, the referee allowing play to go on. Here's Strachan. Now Telfer. The cross reached by Williams. Strachan has gone down in total distress. Austin was injured as well. And that's a sight that will certainly saddened Coventry fans all around the stadium. Gordon Strachan. Played it out wide here. Oh, just look at that. Strachan, he's finally going off, is he, or not? No, he's going to continue.
Come on then. Come on. He's ready. He's ready.
Well, there's clearly a dispute between manager and assistant.
Come here.
Dublin is now taking off his top. And it's Salako for Coventry. Strachan is still on the field. Richardson on for Telfer. Pickering now in support. Lamptey in the middle. Andun Love. The field for handball. Not given. It struck Ronnie Rosenthal. Across. Well, Salako can't reach it. Who's all around Michael Rowe from the Coventry fans. There's Hall with a cross in this time. Another appeal for a penalty. And this time it has been given. Coventry have a penalty. No hesitation. Played in by Hall. And the handling offence spotted by the referee. Peter Love will take the penalty kick for Coventry City. A real opportunity for him to bring his team back into the game, and he has. The goal 10 minutes into the second half. And now at last we have a cup tie. Dion Dublin about to come on. And Love has steered his team right back into the game, sending Ian Walker the wrong way. Jerry Francis looking a lot more worried now than he was at half-time. There's Sheringham. Oh, hit superbly on the turn then by Teddy Sheringham. Such quick thinking, and that deserved a goal. Didn't give it a second thought then, and that one is only a whisker away. Lamptey. The linesman is flagging. It'll be a free kick to Coventry. They're going to be Strachan now, of course, on these set pieces. He's now shouting from the sidelines. Boost is up from the back, and Williams as well. And it's gone in! An equaliser. David Boost. I think he's going to claim it. Well, no emotion on the face of Ron Atkinson, but he will be absolutely elated at the way his team have responded in the second half. Curled over by Salako, and it looks as if Boost indeed got the final touch there. Salako. Out wide now then to Lamptey. Pickering making the run outside him. This is Lamptey still. He's just taken it too far, allowing the interception by Colin Calderwood. But Coventry, as Ron Atkinson will tell you, a much different side now in the second half. Good love. Played off in by Lamptey. That's Boost. And there's the header from Dublin. Salako! 3-2 Coventry. John Salako. What a comeback by Coventry City. 14 minutes to go, and from 2-0 down, they've transformed this tie, they've turned it on their head. There's the header, just kept out from Dublin. In goes Salako, he's first to react. And now it's 3-2. Good love. Here's Sol Campbell. It's come off Dublin! What a goal that would have been. Well, that will force a smile even from Ron Atkinson. That was quite amazing. Well, he's a real cult hero here, Dion Dublin. That would have been a goal to save him. Come by Armstrong. Here's Sheringham. Bundled over by Boost, right on the edge of the area. Richardson says a dive. The referee says no, that's a foul. And here then, an opportunity for Tottenham. Keep your eye on Sheringham. It's whipped through and off the line by Ali Pickering. It would have squeezed in. Sheringham has curled it round, and Pickering was in exactly the right place. Frustration for Teddy Sheringham. McMahon now with the corner. Mabbutt is up, and Campbell. The break here for Unlove. Off goes Sulaku. They've got 5 up in this attack now. Only 2 defenders back. Dion Dublin. Can he finish it for Coventry here? Unlove. No. Oh. Amazing escape for Tottenham, but maybe the danger hasn't passed. Telfer to Hall. Now Laptic. Well, it's a breathtaking tie now. Unlove with the header straight into the midriff, and the grateful midriff of Ian Walker. The keeper perfectly placed. That's it! A magnificent comeback by Coventry City in the second half. Peter Unlove with the first from the penalty spot, then David Boost, and finally John Sulaku with what proved to be the winning goal. There could have been more too for Coventry at the end, but in fairness, Tottenham gave them some very anxious moments until it was finally over. And how the Coventry crowd have relished this recovery by their team. The final score at this Coca-Cola Cup tie at Highfield Road: Coventry 3, Tottenham 2.
Coventry great credit. They had a right go to get back into it, but over 90 minutes, obviously, to lose 3-2 after for majority of the game playing so well is a blow. But that's football, and you know, we got to learn from that, because I felt in the little 15-20 minute period after they got the first goal, I felt we found a little bit wanting in the things that we'd done so well earlier in the game. We've had a great run, you know, one defeat in 9. We've come back from being 2-0 down on a few times and won. We've been on the other end of it this time, and you know, we don't like it. A great support here today. I think we did very well for them first half, and I think we let them down second half, and we really should have been in the hat for the next round.
Well, I'm really not sure how Jerry has been so brave with a smile on his face there, Ian.
I think he's been honest, Bob.
Do you?
Yeah, I think he's been very honest about the whole thing.
It all started so well, though. They were in such control.
Exactly what he's saying. Everything was going great for them. You know, they got themselves the goal early on. I mean, Chris Armstrong scored after just 2 minutes, which was fantastic. And it looks as if you know, Chris Armstrong is finally settling down here at Tottenham.
A £4.5 million man.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lovely goal, wasn't it? Just opened himself up and slid it past the keeper with his right foot.
And he was involved for the second goal, a beautiful cross as well. So it was going so well. It looked as if it would go well.
But as soon as they scored, as he was saying, Jerry was saying, as soon as Cov scored, that was it. It just fell apart.
But they scored from a controversial penalty here. Now, come on.
Well,
is this? I can't see anything.
No, I must say, when I was looking at it as well, looked at the replay here, I think, funnily enough, the referee had gave it for a push here, as we can see.
What,
the players
David
coming in.
Howells?
Yes, so David Howells going in there. And I think that's what he gave it for, you know.
His arms are up, Ian, there.
Well, the ball went through there, and I don't think that hit Mabbutt.
No, it's reported as a Mabbutt handball, but I mean...
I can't see that.
I
mean, both of them, as far as I was concerned.
But it brought Coventry back in, Boost equalised.
Sure.
And then, ironically, Chris Armstrong's old pal from Crystal Palace, John Sulaku.
Isn't that amazing, the ex-Palace boys doing the business there. But as you know, once the team got on a roll, especially in a cup tie, the crowd get behind them, the home team, and they just rolled and rolled. And John Sulaku, I'm very happy to see John getting goals and playing so well, because, I mean, he's a boy with a lot of talent, terrific talent.
Yeah. Ron Atkinson needed the win, didn't he? Only 8 wins in 26 games in charge.
He did, but I mean, if Sulaku performs like that, that was a really, you know, sharp, read the script, tight angle in the roof of the net. Yeah. Very disappointing for Tottenham.
Yeah, really disappointing for them. Anyway, coming up after the break, can Millwall do it again? Conquerors of Everton in the last round. Now Sheffield Wednesday visit the New Den. Hello again. Tonight, Millwall were hoping to add the scalp of Sheffield Wednesday to their various cup successes of last season. Nottingham Forest, Arsenal and Chelsea, all victims, as well as Everton this season in that extraordinary 4-2 extra-time victory at Goodison in the second round. Brian Moore is in the commentary box.
Millwall have had a tense day waiting on the fitness of three key players. All have passed the test. Alex Ray from the midfield, Chris Malkin and Uwe Fuchs from the attack. So manager Mick McCarthy can field the side that beat Crystal Palace on Sunday to move second in the Ensley League First Division, with the left-back Ben Thatcher still serving a suspension. Sheffield Wednesday's David Pleat has made changes. Michael Williams comes into the defence at right back, his first start of the season. Three centre-backs with the Swede Klaus Ingersson, one of them. Two in midfield, Chris Waddle and Mark Pembridge, with David Hurst returning to the attack after suspension, alongside Guy Whittingham and Andy Sinton. Our referee tonight is Paul Durkin from Portland in Dorset. So Sheffield Wednesday in their change strip of green with white shorts get it underway, with the Millwall fans here wondering if we're on the verge of another great Millwall Cup night. Remember, in the last 12 months they've seen off Chelsea, Arsenal and Forest in cup competitions, and in the last round of this Coca-Cola Cup had that superb victory at Everton. Well, straight away Sheffield Wednesday have forced themselves into the Millwall half for the corner, to be taken by Mark Pembridge. And in fact, it was a fairly tame header that went over from David Hurst. McCarthy wanting some cup-tie passion from his side and also from the supporters. Jumped by Malkin. Fuchs making in behind him. Might still have a chance for Fuchs. Stuck out the long legs, but Klaus Ingersson's longer legs get it away for Sheffield Wednesday. And Fuchs, once the moment that Walker had been hustled out of it, he does very well to readjust and quickly block that one up, and Ingersson does really well to hold off the big German number 9. Good jump by Witter. Whittingham. Laid in for Pembridge. Chance here for Sheffield Wednesday. Mark Pembridge, 1-0. Well, a defence that had looked so solid throughout the season in the Ensley First Division, and so far in this game, absolutely fell apart there. And Sheffield Wednesday go a goal up. Inside that near post. Maybe Casey Keller won't be all that happy about that. Wednesday's throw. Williams. Getting himself very nicely involved is Williams. Waddle finding Pembridge, the goal scorer. Here's Sinton. Pembridge again. Crossing the ball in. Sinton shots, good save that time by Keller. Struck that very firmly, did Andy Sinton. Again, some good build-up by Sheffield Wednesday. Here's Van Gogh. Malkin. Comes to Savage. There's his shot, just over, but a good move. Guy Whittingham. That's a good ball played for Michael Williams. Oh, just over the top there from Andy Sinton. Williams, as they say, is tucking in there. He's not playing really as an orthodox fullback now. His cross was driven in there. Sinton met it over the top. Pressman to react here, quicker maybe than some of the Millwall defenders. And Pembridge still not given up. And in the end, Keller has to make an important save right on half-time. Gets it up to Whittingham. Quickly challenged though by Stevens. Ball runs loose to Williams. Waddle turning around. Gives it straight to Barry. Stevens now. Barry up there as well. Better play here. And in the end, it's Walker who gets it away for Sheffield Wednesday. And a free kick for the foul on Michael Williams. That was better for Millwall. Malkin over on the left-hand side. Walker's clearance. Nolan winning it well. Doyle really hustling. They've had a tongue lashing from Mick McCarthy, and Savage might take advantage of it all. Oh, a terrific bit of goalkeeping and some wonderful play there by Bart Ingerson. May have not finished the job completely, and Atherton in the end had to get it away. But a terrific bit of goalkeeping in the first place by Pressman. There's more for him to do now. As Millwall come flying in, Fuchs versus Pressman. Is down. That was an excellent piece of goalkeeping. Savage and then Ingerson showed great composure there and then gave the ball away. So the troubles weren't over. Ray jigging around, and then finally there was another good piece of play by Pressman. And the players were injured. But they're both okay now, and it's a corner for Millwall to be taken by Jason Van Bleur. Left-footed, curling in. Pressman half got to it, got it at the second attempt, but a much better start to the second half for Millwall. As I say, they've obviously had a tongue lashing from Mick McCarthy and are really responding to it. Up to Malkin, taken from behind, that'll be a free kick, but no, play on. Good advantage played there by referee Durkin. Looking to take advantage as well. There's his cross. Walker again at the heart of that Sheffield Wednesday defence. Williams. This is more like a cup tie now as Waddle plays it wide. Finds Sinton. Oh, good bit of play here by Andy Sinton. They're going to have to close him down. It's Pembridge again. Oh, it's against the post. Millwall, what an escape for them. And they get a corner. That looked as though it had to be number 2 for Sheffield Wednesday. Sinton did so much good work. The little ball through to Pembridge. Tried to guide it wide of Keller. Hit the post. Gets a corner. Pembridge with the corner. Atherton claiming he was fouled inside the penalty area. Referee didn't want to know. Michael Williams now for Sheffield Wednesday. It's charged down. Chris Malkin trying to force the ball forward towards Kerry Dixon. Williams again. Got Waddle inside him. Now here's Waddle playing it down the line towards Guy Whittingham. And Keller for Millwall. Barry got room ahead to use the ball now. Plays it forward. He tried to get it through to Dixon. Dixon had no service as yet. And here's Guy Whittingham for Sheffield Wednesday. Ingerson's made a terrific break from the back. Williams is there too. Here's Pembridge. was such that he couldn't stop it from going in. Good header and almost a good save, but sadly for Millwall, not good enough. 2-0. Barry once more, battling to hold off Wobble, gets it back to Newman, finds Alex Ray, with a bit of space there for him just for a moment at any rate, but then it was quickly closed down by Williams. Kerry Dixon trying to get on the end of this. Across the face of that Wednesday goal, that was a real opportunity. And one you would normally expect Kerry Dixon to take. But a goal kick it is. Coca-Cola Cup dream is over for Mick McCarthy for this season and for Millwall. Whittingham, scorer of the second goal. There goes the final whistle. A sound performance then by Sheffield Wednesday puts them into the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup with the goals from Pembridge and Whittingham. It could have been more, to be fair. The first Sheffield Wednesday victory at Millwall, certainly since the Second World War. And they deserved it. Final score, Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
We were beaten by the better side, I think. I think for most of the game, for the biggest part of the game, I was pleased with the way we played. I was disappointed with the second goal. That's bad defending. I think that the first goal wasn't particularly good defending, but that really took the sting out of our tail because I thought we were doing all right, and then we give the second goal away, and then really we never looked like scoring from there. No.
Despite the defeat, do you think your players learnt from tonight's game?
Yeah, I said against QPR at the start of the season, playing against Premier League opposition, who have got very, very good players, as have Sheffield Wednesday. And that's what we've got to aspire to. That's what we're looking to achieve. And you could see when they got 2-0 up, they were never going to let us into that game. They kept the ball off us, and they've got good quality in the team.
It was a cut and thrust, blood and thunder tie, wasn't it?
It was, but I think the quality side played the quality football in the end, Bob, and really Sheffield Wednesday had half a dozen sort of clear-cut chances. And Millwall, a lot of effort right at the start of the second half in particular, where they put them right under pressure, put the Wednesday under pressure.
If they had
couldn't get the
taken their
goals.
chances, though, Ian, I mean,
well, that's, in
there
that
are a
spell,
couple here that
yes.
we're going to have a look at, and really, you know, they were, if it had been their night, they would have taken these.
Well, this was a spell they had just after half-time. They obviously came out fired up, you know, and Dave Savage there really didn't get a hold of the ball to do the business.
About that defending.
This is Klaus Ingesson, and I mean, all night, you know, he tried all the little fancy things. A big Swedish player likes to think he's a player. I mean, to do that in the box, that's suicide, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now, Kerry Dixon, you really would put money on to
they brought Kerry on looking for the goal, the elusive goal, you know, to get him back into the game, and the big fella knocks that past there, and you'll be having nightmares about that.
We've looked at that, but I mean, Mick McCarthy's been very honest. I mean, Wednesday had lots of chances as well. They hit the bar, didn't they? Casey Keller, good saves.
They absorbed a bit of pressure, you know, from Millwall, and then hit them on the break, and I mean, they've got lovely skilled players, you know. They've got the Waddles of the world and Sintons, and they carved them up and really had the chances. Pembridge really should have had a hat-trick.
The good thing is that Millwall can now, second in Division 1, they can concentrate on the promotion.
Well, I mean, they're playing so well in the Ensley First Division that I'm sure they'll go on and continue with the good results in that.
Yeah, we certainly hope so. Well, lots more action still to come after the break, starting with Crystal Palace and their chance to halt Middlesbrough's impressive form. Welcome back to more Coca-Cola Cup third-round action. Another of the night's most interesting ties saw Crystal Palace at home against Middlesbrough, soon, of course, to add the Brazilian Juninho to their already attractive squad. Team News shows Palace without ineligible strikers Dougie Freedman and Gareth Taylor, so 17-year-old Leon McKenzie, who scored in the last round against Southend, deputises. Meanwhile, Borough field their usual team and have not conceded a goal in their last 5 games. They've let in just 5 goals in 12 matches. Commentary at Selhurst Park comes from Roger Thames.
Dean Gordon. Dyer's made the run out wide. McKenzie has gone into a central position and raised, keen to get involved. Looking for McKenzie. That's a goal. Hopkin comes in for the wide position. McKenzie was in the middle there. And Palace have made a stunning start. Well, what a shot for the Premiership boys there. That ball flung in towards the normally safe defence. And there, at the far post, David Hopkin. Real urgency in everything Middlesbrough do at the moment as they try and get themselves back on level terms, their first priority. Palace under pressure, Fjortoft firing that one in towards the near post, but Nigel Martyn looks secure. Shaw looking it towards Dyer, good layoff there for Hopkin. Hopkin onto the left foot. That's a second goal, it got a deflection off Whelan. David Hopkin can do no wrong, but Borough's defence, and on that occasion the hapless Phil Whelan, their world is falling apart. This is a stunning start indeed by Palace. That was good running, a good layoff from Dyer, and a confident finish. Came inside his man, there was a deflection, and that gave Gary Walsh no chance. It's all the Londoners at the moment. Gordon, who's been in great form with the left foot, and a fine save there from Gary Walsh. Dean Gordon, who scored in his last 2 games, both of them great left foot strikes, nearly getting 3 in a row there. Barmby, Pollock, Hignett making a good run, still got plenty to beat, and Barmby letting it go. Fjortoft Barmby, that's a superb goal from Middlesbrough. And Nicky Barmby, their man of the season, brings them back in contention here. Look at Barmby's running and combination there with Hignett. Such quick thinking to let it run. Great return, exemplary finish. Whelan, Fjortoft, another good layoff there. Hignett is through. Hignett now looking for the equaliser, and there it is. Craig Hignett, 2-2, and the double act does it again. Another sharp goal, full of fluent movement. Hignett was onto it. Are you watching Juninho? He says, I can finish as well. Just dinking it over the keeper for 2-2. Edworthy, Cox. That was cool stuff. That was a good little nod down into the steaming run being mounted by Jamie Pollock. Fjortoft. Oh, that's another good ball to Barmby. Fine save, Nigel Martyn. And Barmby as lively as ever. Barmby was really flying again. The one touch to control it, and bang, he hit it. Good positioning as well by Nigel Martyn. But Houghton it is who can bring it down now. Pressurised there by Jamie Pollock. Good control there by Houghton. Dyer and Mackenzie ahead. Dyer, great run by Hopkin. Look at the hat-trick. Oh! That would have been a classic. Terrific pace in the run from midfield, and the finish just a yard away. Gordon pushing forward so eagerly, operating in that wing-back role. Gordon trying to get round Cox. Corner kick. Cox was complaining of a bit of a thigh pull earlier in the game, but he's showed his sharpness there to keep Dean Gordon from getting that cross in. But now Middlesbrough have got the corner to deal with. Roberts also up on the near post. Straight into the arms of Gary Walsh. They watched it on the line. Coleman was the man who got up there and caused the problems. Walsh trying to get around his own man there, who was Whelan. Came off Pearson as well. The missed kick by Morris. Straight into the arms of Walsh. Martyn. Pushing up there. The bench have been screaming at Borough not to drop off and start defending too deep. But Hopkin looking to get in here again. Hopkin still retaining control. Houghton down for Pitcher. Pushed on again, Mackenzie turning. Dyer trying to get there. But kept out by Pearson. And it's a goal from young Mackenzie. Leon Mackenzie with a hammer blow for Borough. But it's been disallowed. Pollock storming along again. Whelan really having to show all his determination. Gordon, good touch from again, another dangerous ball knocked in. Whelan under it. Musto, the control. As the ball gets away from him, but they were so quick to try and recover. Good Palace possession here. Dyer getting it over there. final touch came off Steve Vickers. Cluster of players attacking that near post as the ball was whipped in. And Palace get another corner kick. Really is their most impressive spell, this Crystal Palace, since that blistering start to the game. And Borough will know they have everything to defend still. And they're doing that all right. Gordon. Still Dean Gordon. Gordon in the near post, and Walsh. Oh, this fella really is in some form at the moment. 1 minute the left back, able to push on and become very much an auxiliary attacker there. Ask Gary Walsh. Palace corner. Chocker block there in the 6-yard box. And it stayed out, has it somehow? Coleman. Everything but the kitchen sink in there. And somehow Middlesbrough got enough bodies around the ball to keep that 2-2 scoreline intact. Dyer is up there again, and that's a shove this time by the Palace player. Furious Eagles fans. I mean, it really is hammer and tongs out there. Pearson, referee, just prodding Nigel Pearson in the chest, which is more than I do, I can tell you. Ryan Robson showing all the steely determination there on the bench he showed when he was out there on the pitch. Cox back for Pearson. Here's Alan Moore. Still be plenty of movement and control with Moore replacing Hignett. Moore is somebody who really likes to run at the defence and might just cause hesitation with the three central defenders. Meanwhile, back come Palace and Dyer into the side netting. They were out of their seats behind Gary Walsh's goal, but the angle was too acute there for Bruce Dyer. It certainly has caused problems coming in from that far side. Not a bad first touch, drinking his way outside and just enough room to lash the ball in there, but the wrong side of the upright.
I thought we played ever so well. You know, we thought that on the night the second goal may have been offside against us, but nevertheless it was sloppy defending. But I thought that we deserved, after that I thought that we were the better side and should have scored from a couple of chances we created.
A view from Ian on that. But from Selhurst Park we move swiftly on to the Dell, where Southampton took on another London club in West Ham United. Southampton welcomed new signing Barry Venison from Galatasaray, and he'll strengthen their midfield. West Ham stick with a team that drew with Blackburn last Saturday and are unchanged for the fourth successive game. David Smith with a commentary.
Quickly taken. Back to Watson. Got support. Heaney. Inside to Venison. Letizia coming quite deep. Flicked over towards Watson. He gets his head to it. Now what about the finish? It's away to Venison. Oh, it's deflected in. And Southampton has scored. Four minutes into the game. Barry Venison with the shot, but it's Watson who'll get the goal credited to him. He didn't know too much about it, but as they did in the league on Sunday, Southampton have stolen a march on their rivals with a very early goal. And good movement again by Cottee. He's got Dowie going into the centre. This could be dangerous. Good save by Besson, but Slater was the player who was coming in. And they've given the ball away. Again, it was Letizia. Hughes to Dix. Into Cottee. Now Hughes inside again. Perhaps the chance of a shot. Now it comes in from Slater. As the ball came in, shot rung in from Dowie. And it needed Besant at full stretch. Moncur inside, Venison though, too wise to be caught out by that. Bishop though might go for the spectacular, cuts inside and Venison again reads the game so well. Finds Heaney as well in space. Watson making a diagonal run, looking for a long cross, but Shipley's also there. Shipley's there! Just wide after a great save by McCloskey. Terrific movement. The ball whipped in by Heaney. Shipley getting a good shot on it, and McCloskey with a vital save. Cotty's looking for the ball, as is Hughes. Dix looking for the shot. It just got a deflection. I suppose there'd have been some poetic justice if West Ham had equalised through a deflection after the way they conceded the goal. Didn't really fall on the right foot for Dix. He'd much preferred on the left side. It came off Benali and just over the top. So Hughes whips the ball in. It's a good one as well. And there's all sorts of panic in the Southampton defence. And West Ham have equalised. Tony Cotty, always dangerous in the goalmouth area. Ball fell very kindly. 33 minutes. And West Ham have equalised. Got a deflection and turned in. And West Ham are level again, thanks to Tony Cotty, his third goal of the season. And there's lots of space here for Heaney. Shipley and Watson the main targets. They're now in the area. He's got two men to beat though, and Bishop has brought him down. A reckless challenge. He will certainly get the yellow card. Didn't like it first time, tries the second time. Just for a second, it looked like that ball was in. It's the sort of area that he specialises in. He beat the wall, but just curled it a little bit too far. Watson. To Venison. To Benali. Oh, there's a bit of space here. Hughes. Gets it in! Great save by McCloskey, and gathered it in time to deny Watson. Most exciting moment of the second half. The long-range effort. McCloskey had the time to get down and to capture the ball at the second attempt. Bishop. Cut out by Benali. Now Shipley got support, and he found the one West Ham player who could pose a few problems, and now it's inside to Moncur. He might go for the shot. He does. It's only just over. And that all came from the poor distribution from Shipley. Gave the ball away to Hughes. Moncur, seeing so much space, decided to go for goal himself and wasn't that far away from scoring West Ham's second. Potts. Hughes. Cotty. Curled in towards Dowie. Besant wins it. Letizia, there's space on the right here. Needs a good ball, and it was. Now, Dodd needs some support. Watson's to the near side. Shipley goes in! Great header by Shipley! Southampton score with the best move of the match, and Neil Shipley scores his second goal in the 79th minute of the game. And how important this could be for Southampton's season. The header was quite superb. He scored in the Coca-Cola Cup against Cardiff in the first leg of the second round. This goal, though, could be vital.
I was bitterly disappointed to have come here tonight and got beat, really. Really very disappointed that we'd had so much of the game. We were in control, an away team away from home. I couldn't see any way we were going to lose as I'm sitting in the box very comfortable, and then a bit like Saturday, you know, we won up on Saturday with playing the last minute of the game, and we're going for our game away Saturday. Good teams don't do that. You shouldn't come here and get beat tonight because they weren't playing particularly well, and there was a chance for us to take them back to Upton Park, and we should have made full use of that.
Well, Harry really disappointed there. Do you think he's right on that front?
Well, I didn't really have a good look at the whole of the game, Bob. I just saw some snippets of that, but it would appear there that they did have a lot of the ball tonight, West Ham.
I mean, it was
and
a fluky,
Southampton
wasn't it?
are not playing well,
No.
so it's a good time to go to the Dell.
And it was so fluky, wasn't it? Barry Venison's shot that hit Watson.
Well, when you think you get knocked out of a cup with a, you know, the goal was a shocker. The first goal was a shocker, wasn't it? You know.
He can have no complaints, Harry, of course, about the winner.
winner.
This lad, Neil Shipley, you know, I was amazed that Chelsea let him go.
Well, I have to agree with you on that one, Bob. I was saying to Chelsea fans, I like to look at this boy at Chelsea, and I thought he was always going to be a good buy for Southampton. And I mean, that was a super header. Lots of power going into that when he was about 16 yards out. And beats the keeper with power and pace.
He's a player who seems to give threat to defences all the time, that boy.
Well, he's a big, strong lad as well. And he will only get better. That's why I think it was a good buy for Southampton.
Let's backtrack on Selhurst Park, because that was a remarkable start with 2-0. But Brian Robson's got his Borough side, they're resilient, if anything, anyway.
Oh, if anything,
they came back.
they're certainly that all right. And, you know, they're a battling team. And they'll be better, obviously, when Juninho comes into it as well. But,
we gather tonight that he won't be playing against Manchester United at the weekend because he's flying in on Friday, but he could be there for the replay. Having said that, Ian, Palace might be a little bit disappointed because they also had chances. They hit the post as well.
They had a lot of chances tonight. I have to say that about the Palace. You know, they created a lot, and at the end here, this was Chris Coleman hitting the post here from the corner kick. But wait, look at the missed kick here by Morris, number 3. How about that? Give him his leg back.
That's an international player.
Well, had that gone in the net, I mean, do you think his mates would have been talking to him tonight? I mean, that was a shocking missed kick, wasn't it?
I suppose, really, when we look at that, if we're looking ahead to that replay, I guess we've got to go for Borough.
Well, you've got to go for Borough because they're playing up there in a new stadium. They've got, you know, all of a sudden the place is alive. The fans are all, you know, coming back to support the Borough. Obviously, it's going to be a beauty. And again, if a resilient friend plays, you know, that will really set the place alight, won't it?
Has Brian Robson surprised you that he started so well in his management?
No, not in the least. Not in the least. I think Robson is like Keegan. He's like Horley. He's like all those star players, you know, that you know, have gone into management, and I think it's producing a good team.
But well done, Palace, eh?
I say so, yes, of course. And I mean, they're not out of it; they're in the hat.
Yes, yeah, good. Okay, thank you. Well, we're taking another short break now. Then we'll be back with a roundup of tonight's other ties. Hello again. Plenty of talking points already tonight, and more coming up as Gabriel Clark rounds up the evening's other ties.
Ray Wilkins picked himself to try and ease Queen's Park Rangers past York City. Here's John Hell.
And again it's picked up by York City. This is Jordan, and he gets away from Maddox, and Scott Jordan into the area here, can tee something up right across goal, and York City must score. It's over the line, it's a goal for York City for Paul Barnes. Scrambled in, but does it matter? And so Wilkins pushes the ball into space here for Sinclair. It's 2 against 3. Sinclair could go all the way himself. He does! What a super strike! A quite magnificent goal from Trevor Sinclair. Just what Queen's Park Rangers needed. He's done it all himself, really. Wilkins found him with the pass, but he was taking on half a team there. Whipped it in, it's gone beneath Warrington. He'll be a bit disappointed, the goalkeeper. Sinclair certainly isn't. And Queen's Park Rangers are level. And Bardsley again is making a dash up the right. And he'll whip across in here. Impey. Dicchio. Impey! You don't see many better strikes than that. The Rangers fans who were worried when their team were a goal behind are now jubilant. It came back to Impey, a slice of fortune in the first instance. He didn't need any fortune with the second. And that time he was caught from behind. I think Bushell suggesting that he took a bit of a dive, but it's the pace, isn't it? That's Dicchio! Free goal!
Newcastle are the bookies' favourites. They underlined just why at Stoke, who had Ian Clarkson sent off, and throughout they just couldn't cope with Newcastle's class. Here's Alan Parry.
Now Barton takes over again.
The cross will come in from Barton. And it's a dangerous one. And Beardsley has taken full advantage by giving Newcastle United the lead. Half an hour gone. That goal has changed the complexion of the game, of course. They might get one back here. He was very, very fortunate then, Howie, that his own error wasn't punished. Beardsley at the other end. And still Beardsley. Chance for number 2. Would you believe it? Howie made a mistake that could have cost Newcastle a goal at one end. They sweep forward and Beardsley makes it 2-0 at the other end. Good ball, Beardsley. Oh, brilliant skill from Beardsley. Gillespie, danger here. Good save and turned in by Ferdinand. And that is the record for Les Ferdinand. It's the 8th consecutive match in which he has scored, and that means he has set a new Newcastle United scoring record. And he goes again towards Ferdinand. Gillespie. Watson, good return ball. Watson sliding it forward to Ferdinand. Watson with a chance here. And still, and in the end, it's whacked into the net. No problem. Peacock the scorer.
At Anfield, Manchester City's defence lasted just 9 minutes, although not too many would have backed John Scales to score the opening goal. His first of the season was followed by more than an hour of determined City play, but they lack the quality in front of goal Liverpool have in abundance. Robbie Fowler makes it all look so easy. His 10th of the season triggered the holders into an exhibition finish. Jamie Redknapp's cross was met wonderfully by Ian Rush 6 minutes later. Rush is still managing to keep Stan Collymore, the £8 million man, on the Liverpool sidelines. 8 minutes from the end, Liverpool's pace and movement and a wonderful first-time pass from Redknapp culminated in some wide-open space down the right for McManaman, and a rare goal for the Liverpool left-back Steve Harkness. 4-0. There were 15 goals in Charlton's second-round tie with Wimbledon. Tonight they drew a blank, but then so did Wolves, who missed a succession of early chances. Steve Bull was one culprit, and Charlton escaped just before half-time when Dean Richards' header was cleared off the line by John Humphrey. But Alan Kirbishley's side were comfortable in the second half. They replay at the Valley in a fortnight. Here are all tonight's Coca-Cola third-round results. Aston Villa 2, Stockport of the second division 0. Ugo Ekiog and Dwight York scored for the Villa. Coventry City 3, Tottenham 2, Crystal Palace 2, Middlesbrough 2. Replay at the Riverside Stadium in 2 weeks. Derby County 0, Leeds United 1. Gary Speed scored the winner with just 18 minutes left. Liverpool 4, Manchester City 0. Millwall 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2. Norwich City 0, Bradford City 0. Bradford of the second division force a replay, having been left down to 10 men for the final half an hour. Queen's Park Rangers 3, York City 1, Southampton 2, West Ham United 1, Stoke 0, Newcastle 4, including 2 for Peter Beardsley and Les Ferdinand's 16th of the season. Wolves 0, Charlton 0, a replay at the Valley 2 weeks tonight. And in the semi-final of the Scottish Coca-Cola Cup, it was Dundee 2, Airdrie 1. Dundee's winner just 2 minutes from time. Dundee go through to play Aberdeen in the final. And finally, a reminder, you can see the draw for the 4th round of the Coca-Cola Cup live on GMTV tomorrow morning at 7:20.
Well, Ian, it's been quite a night. Great goals. We had great goals. We had we had controversy as well, haven't we?
Goals flying in everywhere. Yeah, some super goals. But I was delighted there for the Newcastle game as well, But we can talk about that in a minute. But this is Sinclair's goal, isn't it?
Yeah, just to say, Ian, that Ray Wilkins is raving really about Trevor Sinclair.
Well, I think he was raving about him tonight. I mean, he said his overall game was brilliant tonight, but certainly this was quite a goal, wasn't it? You know, I think he's been a great signing for him, and I saw him playing as a youngster, and I thought he was going to be a player, and I certainly think he's fulfilling his potential.
I mean, that was a great Andrew Impey hit a super one as well.
Just after that, of course.
I think we can't let the evening go without mentioning that amazing goal scorer Les Ferdinand, because he's created a post-war record. Eight goals, isn't it, on the bounce tonight?
On the bounce. And when you think of Newcastle, Bob, who have had the Jackie Milburns, you know, McDonald.
This is Ginola, isn't it?
Yeah, this is you know, who I gather on the night was doing a bit of diving around, but this is little Beardsley again, who is just terrific. Little Beardsley, I think he's just a wonderful player. But there's big players. That's a nice one to get, isn't it? You know, that's a nice one to break a record. But I'm just going to all those great centre forwards I've had up in the northeast. You know, nobody had ever done that before, and he's just gone there this season, and bang, he gets, you know, 8 off the bat. I think that's
you
tremendous.
mentioned in there, we nearly lost out the fact that Lou Macari tonight's a bit unhappy about David Ginola, who was very skillful tonight, but evidently involved in an incident which saw Ian Clarkson sent off. But I mean, they have got a wonderful side all round now, Newcastle.
They're such a flowing side, which I like about little Keegan's teams. Since he's gone there, they play attacking football. You know, he's never tried to win results by.
What was it, Shanks,
defenders.
you said about Keegan once? He exploded all over the field or something, wasn't that? I mean, you know Shankly better than most. Well, a great man.
Yeah. The thing about little Keegan, he was such an enthusiast, you know, himself, and he never stopped running, and at training he never stopped running. And I think he just gets that in his players, you know.
It's reflected in the team.
Yes, sure, that's what he wants to see.
Yes.
And you see a Newcastle team playing, and they play with all this pace, lots of movement, and goals just fly in.
Yeah. Tonight they're 72 favourites with another team called Liverpool. Joint favourites. Joint favourites. Your side went through well, didn't it? Your team, your old club.
Well, I'm surprised it was 4. I thought it might have been 5 or 6 because Manchester City have been so bad, you know. Really, they're so bad. But a great win for Liverpool, and good names going in the hat, Bob.
Yeah, let's just go back to Arsenal, are third favourites, so they are one London club in there, Queen's Park Rangers, and 1 or 2 still in the balance a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Charlton's still in the balance there, as well as Palace. But you've got Villa there, you've got Leeds. I mean, you've got some really big clubs, so it's going to be quite an interesting draw when you see the teams come out the hat tomorrow morning, and I think we're going to get some cracking ties.
Yes, Liverpool-Newcastle would be quite a final, wouldn't it?
It would be a great final. I'm sure it would be a great final. But I think, Arsenal with anybody, as far as you're concerned, would be a nice final.
From our point of view, from the
from a London point of view, of course.
Yes, well, we'd prefer it.
Oh, well, maybe Charlton. Charlton and Arsenal.
Ian, thanks very much. Just looking ahead, there's a Champions League special this Saturday at 1:10, previewing ITV's live game next Wednesday between Blackburn and Legia Warsaw. The Sunday match at 2:30 is between Luton and Charlton. The whole production comes to you live from Kenilworth Road. And then next Monday night, you can catch up on all the Ensley League goals in Ensley League Extra. As for tonight, well, 6 London clubs went into battle in the 3rd round of the Coca-Cola Cup. 3 of them survived to join Arsenal in tomorrow morning's draw. But out go Millwall, out go West Ham, and most disappointed of all, Spurs. 2 up but beaten 3-2 at Coventry. From Ian and from me, bye-bye.